Okay, so we're going to have to lock one of them down. Prone.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Alright, you're going first. Dope shit. Right there. Abelard. You're locking this fucker down. We're gonna put you back a little bit so that way you can charge. Okay, so you go third. Forge Fiend, us, them. Gotcha. Argenta, set up back there, please. You don't have much choice. You're going to be getting into the melee. Pasquale. Alright, we're doing this. Jump to there.
Let your soul be purged, as the killing brings me no pleasure.
At the moment, I have you locked down. You have 16 stats of bleed.
As honor
We're going
ordains.
to pop that.
Trust me.
This. Good shit.
The
Jump to
shadows
this
will
side.
see it done.
We'll hold that.
It will be done.
That's your fucking boo-boo. Shit, I put you in the wrong spot.
Indeed. It
Still
will be
get
done.
in. To fucking parry. Do it. I need you to endure.
At your beck and call.
Alright, these guys' turn. Good dodge.
I've suffered worse.
Inflicts 31. Hits a bleed.
I'm ready for whatever comes.
Wish I could hit you both.
Who, if not?
Very good.
On it.
Arrange you. Put a shot in. Mark you as prey. Slap down on mine. Pray.
I'll
Yeah,
make
put a
it
mark of
happen.
apprehend on him. There we go. We're locking him down. Throw more stats of bleed on him. There we go. Debuff them, buff yourself. Then with this shit again.
There is only death, yours or mine.
Fine with it. Okay, first, wrong thing. How much will this do? 7 to 12. 20 to 30.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Moving to here. Can we end you fuckers quickly? Alright.
I'll do it.
I'm burning you fuckers.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'll do it.
Here.
Doubt is for the weak.
Almost. Good hit. Oh, that's one ad dead. Alright, Henritz, I need you to buff yourself.
Naturally.
Favorite enemy, him. Step up to here. So we can get in there.
For the throne's glory.
And we're taking some hard hits on this.
Of course, Lord Captain.
Yep.
Take you. Let's see to it.
Death Whisper. Hit him. He's fucking burning. Got all the fucking bleed, and we're about to exploit the hell out of that. First off, add more to it. $43 stats of bleed. Do it. He's done.
Let the blood of the wicked be shed as thou hast willed. Come, the other side awaits.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. The shadows will see it done. I shall not fail. Trust me.
Alright, that one's dead. It's still your sworn enemy, right? I do not know.
I will
Either way,
do my
recklessly
duty.
attack. We're not using a charge on this one.
Victory is imminent.
So put bleeding on him while you can.
Grey hair, sure hand. Indeed.
Ha! Ha ha!
It's as good as done.
Hell yeah.
I'll
Now him.
make it happen. Who, if not me?
Pascal.
Running binary insignificant value. Vital function successfully terminated.
That's everyone. Alpha Arc Rifle. I might fucking take that up. Mars Pattern Chainsword. Shifting Combi Tool. Plus 20 tech use. Okay.
Let us not dawdle.
There's something else over here, isn't there? Saboteurs asking for access codes you do not have. Sabotage access code. Okay, so it's something you just kind of find at some point through rumors and shit. Let's get off this fucking planet. Navigator. What is this? Sharp pain pierces your head and the light dims in your eyes. You smell smoke and burning. You feel a wave of nausea. Your legs buckle, but your knees hit metal floor. In the same moment, the manufactorum surrounds you, disappears in a whirlwind of mist, ash, and gray shadows. Struggling against the element, you can barely raise your head to look. Your eyes sting and burn, but through the tears you see a colossal silhouette rising above you. The roaring tempest is unable to shake the mighty figure. Aha, success. You squint and wipe away the tears, and for a moment your vision clears. Before you stands a mighty giant clad in dark power armor, lavishly adorned with vast reliefs of snarling demonic silhouettes, and punctuated with prayer scrolls. Two braziers are mounted behind his shoulders, burning with unnatural blue flames and emitting thick black smoke that curls and twists upwards like a funnel. Behind the giant, you catch a brief glimpse of a crumpled figure bound in chains. The warrior's inhuman eyes warned you, I am the master of those who have been felled by your hand in the halls of primordial truth. I am Erlon the Cruel. The souls of my followers return to the font of power they served, crying out for me to cast my gaze towards this sacrilege. And what do I see? Yet another lackey of the Corpse Emperor. They call you a hero. Word of your great past deeds has traveled the entire Throne's expanse and far beyond. An empty word, a worthless pedestal among hundreds like it, all built by the laches of the false god in their hubris and ignorance. Their pedestal will soon become a sacrificial altar, and you will become yet another reminder of the expanse that no hero can save it from the truth to the expanse. The giant's voice causes the storm raging around you to die down somewhat, as if the very sound of his voice was enough to make the whirlwind subside. You glance at the huge warrior and notice on his chest a winding azure symbol. The shades of blue seem to glimmer and mingle together. And the sovereignty of Gamma, this world is mine, not a dominion of chaos. All clinging to illusions will do you no good. The rituals have already been performed. The mortals are already singing the litanies of the primordial truth, or decorating the sacrificial altars with their flesh. Jivia Gamma, as you call it, is already saturated in the nectar of the truth, a fate that awaits all worlds that would stand in our way. What do you want with me? I want to look upon the one who has disrupted my flock's duties and master's plans, the warrior from my legion, the fabricator's censor. You think of their deaths as a triumph. However, it is but a minor hindrance on our path. There are other worlds that serve our gods. There are other sources of plasteel and adamantine. Revel in your victory, it will change nothing. Nevertheless, the blood in your veins whispers to the spirits that you warrant a closer look. Yes, You are a descendant of the road trader whose warrant Conrad Valder sought to obtain. By defiling the relic and binding it to himself with the tethers of the Imperium, he was meant to become my servant, a road trader who would do the work of the truth. But then you interfered. Could it be that you wish to gain the true God's favor? Instead, do you wish to present the corpse relic to me to serve the truth? Hear, hear your very bloody calling, begging you to submit to me. What would be the point of futile defiance? Rise to your feet. Countering the weakness and pain, straining every muscle in your body, you slowly rise to your feet, straightening and stare Erlon straight in the eyes. He smiles, but there is no mirth in his eyes, only malice. Curiosity, the kind with which one looks at an insect with its wings torn off. This isn't your first time meddling in deeds the world bears. You were there on Riker Minoris, and so I want to know if you hold in your hands that which is not yours to hold, and you will tell me yourself. He utters a few words in an unknown tongue over his shoulder, and you feel your head being clamped by an unseen vice. Since the sensation is familiar, for this is not the first time the shadowy warp sorcery has fallen heavily upon you. You close your eyes and cast aside all thought, and your inner horrors cry out and rise against the will of another. A gust of wind sweeps Erlon's figure away without a trace. The mist around you begins... One second, my cat's being a jackass. Get up here. This wind sweeps Erlon's figure away without a trace. The mist around you begins to dissipate, revealing the dark halls of the Manufactorum, leaving behind the oppressive sense of powerlessness. Evelyn looks at you worriedly, then sighs in a cantankerous relief. That was a close call. For the sake of Holy Terra, if I had lost a second road trader in such a plainly spent time, my only option would have been to shoot myself out of unending shame. I sensed the presence of another psyker. Someone made contact with you mentally, then tried to harm you with sorcery. I did what I could. You at least appear unharmed. Can you remember what you saw? It was a Chaos Space Marine. One of the traitors to the Imperium? I don't think it was he who touched your mind. It wouldn't have had this. I wouldn't have had the strength to go up against a psyker from the range of those monsters. He might have forced some mortal to do his bidding. Perhaps it was through the same hapless medium that he sensed the depths of his henchmen. Henrich looks away and frowns. Such indescribable power to reach out to your mind at such a distance. Said Theodora. Sargento, who has been watching all of this intently, grows pale and makes the sign of the Aquila to ward off evil. Henrik stares at you, whether in surprise or anger, you do not know. Then he gives a curt nod. I see. We can theorize later, although I will say, Ignatius, that his words do not leave much room for interpretation. The Manufactorum around you looks the same as before the vision. Maybe the shadows have grown a little deeper and darker. You dust yourself off and continue on your journey through the darkness. Ancient energy core has fallen into disruption. Numerous fate VOD signals from the periphery indicate that the planet's small Manufactorum cluster survived without succumbing to the heretics. The sacred machines and hallowed layers from these abodes have been reverently transported to the safety of the ship's holds. The fate of TVA Gamma hangs in the balance. Purify and restore TVA Gamma no matter the cost. Mechanisms, weapons, 15 dogmatic. $19 to $30. Not doing that one. Don't do this one. Yeah, we already stand that. Yep. Do the stand. Take the Promethium. Okay, so that's basically paying someone to go fucking torp a station. Nadri World? Sentinel's Pride hives are oozing noxious haze, veined with sulfurous streets, promethium fumes from the gigantic distillation cauldrons located beyond the temperature shields, vast endless deadlands littered with spots of promethium stations, refineries separate the colossi of rot treated adamantine. With a crown of gargantuan spires, the heat of the system star has turned this world into a boiling but lucrative land within the body of the House Corda Protectorate. Hard to tell what's more impressive, the grotesque grandeur of this place or its extreme toxicity. Bit more adamantine. You did fucking good work. You soloed a fucking Chaos War Machine. Except from a strip in time. Under that safe. Back over to here. TVA Gamma has new states of development. County management. Captain, the world of Foulstone has been upset by a conflict between the followers of the Order of the Hammer and the refugees from the Winterstone Dynasty domain. An argument broke out. The tomb of the renowned holy man Nicholas Kef, and the tomb was near it, and the tomb was damaged in the fray. The pilgrims, revering Keef's rival, Philemus of Napa, claimed Keef to be a thief who has stolen the relic of St. Cadmus and violated the sacred mystery of his resting place to sate his greed. The Order of the Hammer is furious at the heretical statements and desecration of Keith's burial. Who is this? What is the issue here? St. Keith is a missionary who arrived in the Expanse alongside the founders of the Order of the Hammer, offering and then valuable guidance for colonizing Followstone. He converted many worlds to the Imperial Creed, but his most famous feat was the search of the burial site of the legendary preacher St. Codlius, who had conquered the expanse thousands of years ago. Leaving behind stores of relics, Keith was able to track down some of these relics. The order was named after the power of the hammer of St. Codlius' Piety's Charge. Mepi is a priest from Winterscale's realm. He preached in the same time as Keith and denounced him for false veneration to St. Codnus. He believed that Codnus preached the incomprehensibility of the highest wisdom to the people, and any attempts to learn it would only lead to heresy. He called the search for St. Codnus' burial site blasphemy, and the collecting of relics, looting, and soliciting. In his opinion, the sacred objects should not be congregated in one place, but should find haven across the many worlds. The relics are power, and their adoration gives way to pride. Seem to have forgotten their manners, and we summarily punish one without water rations. We share the indignation of the Order of the Hammer. They display impressive zeal. I charge the Order of the Hammer to welcome the hundreds of new arrivals into their ranks. Let them learn one another's ways and come to accept their disputes. One without water. Leader gains +5 chance of reducing incoming warp damage by half. The rebels were severely punished. Several dozens of the insolent renegades have died of thirst as a result of their penance, and the rest have been subdued. The Order of the Hammer thanked the Lord Captain for his protection by staying true to their agreements between them. Is that 20 holy relics? Tradition of Heresy feature. Guidance of the Astronomicon. Charge ability deals additional damage equal to willpower bonus against demons and Xenos. It's pretty fucking good. Okay, so Drusians. Ceremony of the Faithful. Their wounds by Lore Imperium divided by 15. The Tidings, Bonfire Rites. Higher Complacency. The wielder tells an enemy with charge. This ability has no cooldown. Okay. Complacency and efficiency. that. Reports of a vast number of strange mutations have been spotted among the population in remote adder complexes. Aside from the obvious disformation and the subsequent estrangement, these mutants, called wretches by the rest of the colonists, are coming together to practice a primitive form of religion involving ritual worship of the land. While they display no disobedience or hostility, their very existence is concerning. To atone with their labor. Heart of the Nameless. Whereas a Contlast adherent increases scale by +10 instead. On surveillance, one of the watchmen spotted a mysterious relic in their hand. A group of wretches has turned out to be an item of a Xenos origin. It is on the lights of the mutants understand the nature of the object they worship. They live in proximity to wretches, disrupts the grid on his serfs, and leads to outbursts of aggression and violence. The Secrets of the Winter Scales. Doesn't block anything. Holds the secrets of gas factoriums, workshops in which tons of organic raw material pass through fermentation vats, hot rollers, and pressure exhausts to use valuable chemicals. Purge will be stopped. This road needs working hands. That was significant Titan production quotas. Duping laggards to being processed in the corpse starch, which will encourage the most diligent servants. Complacency, efficiency, and provisions. Doctrine of rationality. Increases efficiency. If the wearer performs a heroic act or a desperate measure, they recover all their wounds and gain +2 AP that turn. Bloody Underhive Leader. As George grows, the old ways must be improved upon. Those audacious Underhive gains will form the planet's new elite. By leaving them to fight for territory, the Road Trader will be able to select the most vicious servants. That one first. Our captain, the priests, have made a sinister discovery on TV Jam, a blasphemous machine built on the behest of the wicked culprit Stephem. This mechanism is capable of picking up the whispers of the warp. It also occasionally transmits a distorted binary melody to nowhere in particular, but no encrypted data or other threats have been detected. It seems to be a functional side effect of sorts. Of course, the idea of using the machine instead of astropaths to contact the voice of the warp may seem tempting, but this machine is teetering with corruption. Its fuel tanks are sated with the liquefied souls of your subjects. It has enough for now, but someday it will have to be refilled. As a worldly observer. Most of a twisted piece of technology was created by the wearer is targeted by an ally's ability. The wearer gains allies fellowship bonuses, temporary wounds. We'll use it in place of the colony's astropath acquire. Now destroy it. Device was mercilessly destroyed. Contract available. Tools to the righteous. Need the efficiency to go up. Alright, 0 efficiency. Vigil of the Tech Guards. One of Force's life. You soon immediately remove all bleeding and touching the fetch from enemies. In a 10-cell radius, these enemies receive 4 impact damage with 20% armor penetration. Alright. Jump to here first. Might get lucky. Did not get lucky. Waterworld? Gas giant. After analyzing the auto data, the officers were surprised to discover that the planet was once covered with oceans long ago. An unknown cataclysm caused the seas to dry out and turn this world into a lifeless desert. The most amazing discovery of all was the skeletal remains of a colossal ocean organism, some large enough to be seen from orbit. Life is so fragile, and for creatures this enormous. Understand? Jump. Did 7 damage. Gotta fight.
I'll make an example out of you!
Abelard. Put myself in there. Gonna help deal with this. Okay.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's
Them.
judgment. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Running down to here.
Faith without eradicated. Doubt is for the...
Alright, this side's clear. John Abelard first. So up to here.
Step aside. For the
Charge
throne of
them.
glory. I won't object.
There.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Apprehend him.
On it.
Shit.
I'll make
What's blood?
it happen.
Got a shield out, so we'll be fine. Alright, Abelard. Favorite enemy of this motherfucker.
It will be done.
Charge him.
Do my duty. Target well struck. Victory is imminent.
Kill him outright. Good shit. Say, you should be outnumbered now.
I bring mercy and retribution. The
Jump to him.
undying Emperor whispers his will. Killing brings me no pleasure.
Good. Jump over here.
As the tenets demand. The shadows will see it come. The other side awaits. I
Good,
shall
good.
not killing brings me no pleasure. Trust me, death is a blessing.
Do I have one more jump at me? I do.
As honor ordained, the other side awaits. Trust me.
Do all that shit in reverse now. No one fucking left up there. Alright, we just got a couple guys left.
As honor ordains. I shall not fail.
Alright.
Follow my lead.
Come down here.
The scriptural proverb enshrine the memory of this righteous moment.
Alright, that's everyone. Alright. Alright, becomes a target of the enemy's attack. The Overseer has their damage dealt increased by +2%. Needs to overcharge. The familiar gains +30% to its D characteristics for 1 round. The next round, the bonus becomes 10 and lasts till the end of combat. When Overseer uses their archetype ability, the Overseer and their familiar gain +1 deflection. Seer uses reactive. The momentum value is increased by +5 for each party member still in combat. Your next turn, Vanguard cannot die until the start of their next turn. All damage done from the Vanguard is reduced by toughness. Cannot die. %20 of their maximum wounds. Commit all attacks and burning effects from any source inflicted on the executioner's enemy is nor the target's armor and deflection. Damage of all bleeding effects from the source inflicted by the executioner's enemies is increased by an additional 30%. Make them get hit by it twice. Exactly one target which is marked as prey. The wild hunt. This attack deals plus 300% damage. Yes. Loses half their current armor and deflection.
Keep your wits about you.
Ah. How the fuck do I leave this map? Should chart to both those. Yep. Got pirates. We're gonna fucking nail them. Probably turn in a bunch of shit. Shipped others at a non-native mineral cluster on the planet's surface, probably the remains of an ancient asteroid shower. The substance is valuable, but collecting it will not be easy. The asteroid sits right above numerous underground caves. The ancient tunnels involved are incredibly unstable and would likely not bear the weight of a large group of humans, let alone a shuttle. Take a risk and send a shuttle. Whose expertise made it possible to collect the mineral without disturbing the ancient caves? Slap down another one there if I had more. "13 provisions, that's enough for right now. The pirates.
Enemy contact. All hands
This
make ready to
fucking
unleash
chair.
our fury.
Dorsal, nail him. Right into here. Oh. Goodbye. Stake on your part. Oh. Wipe them. Now which way you going? Nail him. Now what were you doing over that planet? Dead world. Repair. Sell some shit. Mm. that was just straight up 20 holy relics. Trade. Pick up all those. And just those 7,000 for you. Large med kits. So non-attaching consumable items. To me, that med kit, it counts as an attach of a different type than the previous attach for the purposes of versatility. So there's a chance to hit targets at a range of 10 or further by 20%. We're up to 5 now. We're at 19. That's the next thing I want. Your starfighter wing consists of 4 attack craft, each of them equipped with a heavy laser turret. Two plasma bomb salvos. I think your shit's particularly good. Is there anything else you want? Need to be at 20,000, so I need a lot more. Let's look at you and this fucking flamer. Nope. Okay, so it performs 3 for 5 to 8. Eh. Property 15, toughness. Same armor value. To agility. Agility is more than 50. Plus 50% damage is psychic and navigator powers, but inflicts a minus 10 penalty to weapons, skill, and ballistic skill. No, thank you. 28 to 32. Going on you. The Eldari survivors. Captain, we have cross-referenced the key characteristics of the system with our astronomical charts. The planet Barbos 6 located here. The problem is, Dodgers, that's an unusual change in the atmosphere, not likely a massive release of toxins. It appears something unfortunate has happened to the planet's underground storage facilities. It's impossible to land safely on the planet just now. Unknown ships are cruising the system. No need for any call to analyze it. I can decipher it telemetrically easily. Xenos to armory and artillery crews are standing by. Okay. Search all these worlds first. That's Dark Eldar. The planet can barely sustain life, and yet searchers discover a long-lost imperial colony, one that was cut off from the rest of the galaxy centuries ago. The colonists live in conditions worse than any underhive, yet still venerate the Emperor and gladly welcome their visitors. The Lord Captain receives an invitation from the local ruler, the Archqueen Princep Dama. Pays the Archqueen a visit. The ruler meets the Lord Captain in a shack considered to be a palace by the people here. The Archqueen's unusual crown is made of a metal coils, most likely part of an ancient device for boiling water. The guests are served the finest delicacies dining can provide. The Archqueen praises the visitor in Major Low Gothic and calls the Lord Captain her dear brother. At the end of the audience, gifts are presented to the guests. The Archqueen's minister delicately remarks the best possible gift the Lord Captain and his crew could provide would be the replenishment of the colony's meager gene pool. That's for volunteers. The most ruggedly handsome among them will be sent to the Archqueen's court, along with other gifts. Armor kit and miscellaneous. I shall attempt to remember. Need to take that to him. Alright, we only got 2. Alright, roundabout. Nail you. Easy shit. Give me shallow jump. Give me boarding party. Swift and mercantile retribution is the proper fate for any transgressors, but the Imperium permits using the convicts for hard labor on a distant prison world of Verbos 5 to atone for the criminal before mankind. Hundreds of thousands of roads and lowlifes toil in the mines of Von Belchius Protector until death from exhaustion or some other unfortunate accident claims their forsaken soul. Alright, we're going to call it there. Maybe that's stuff.